Hi, everybody. My name is Nyasha, and welcome to another episode of Billy on Air. And today we have Roger Yarrow. He's the CEO and co-founder of TrueLook. Hello, Roger. How are you?
Hey, Nyasha. I'm doing well. Thanks for having me today. How are you?
It's so hot here in New York, but we're really thankful to have you and learn more about TrueLook. And of course, the first question that everybody wants to know is, who is Roger Yarrow?
It's a very complex and deep question. So I am a nerd at heart. I've always kind of grown up around technology. I watched my dad build computers in the basement, and I'm a self-taught programmer. So I learned how to code at a young age, maybe 10 or 11, and I was selling my first software programs by age 12. And that sort of is obviously where the bug came from. I grew up playing video games, writing my own games, and eventually just continued that trend. I went to college for computer science and pursued a career in anything, computer, systems administration, web hosting, a lot of internet technologies and computer, before I finally found myself in this awesome opportunity that we call TrueLook today.
That's amazing. And I love the journey of like how you like to solve for problems using, computer technology and software as well. So could you tell me just like a little bit about your superpower as a person?
Yes, we've all heard the expression, fake it till you make it. And that is just all about putting out good energy into the world. So I think my superpower is always maintaining that positive vibe. Everything is going to be okay. There's a lot of sayings. It's always darkest before dawn, things like that. I just like to project out, positivity, and hopefully it comes back my way. So always chin up. That's my power.
That's amazing. And with positivity, obviously, I want to hear more about the origin story of TrueLook. Like, where were you when you thought about TrueLook, and what made you want to start TrueLook?
Yeah, so TrueLook, my journey with it started in 2005. Prior to that, I've worked at what are no longer tech behemoths, Xerox, IBM, which I guess is still relevant. So I worked in large technology companies, and then I transitioned to smaller organizations. And I really like the small business mentality. Obviously, you can be a lot more nimble and do interesting things faster without a big corporate overlord controlling your every move. And so I was at a point in my life, I lived in Las Vegas with my now wife, Stacy, running a web hosting company. And we decided it was time to come back east where we're from. And I sort of took a job here in Winston-Salem where I was involved in a technology company that was doing a lot of 911 dispatch, government kind of things with traditional video surveillance products. IP cameras were very new, so a traditional analog CCTV camera technology was just changing, digital cameras, IP network cameras. And so I was involved in software that was leveraging this new IP camera network technology. And that worked well for me because of my background in, computer graphics, gaming, all the things I liked about internet. And we sort of inherited this little defunct product from a company called Perceptual Robotics. And they were actually involved in creating one of the first pan tilt zoom webcams. And that camera was used for a lot of media events. And so this is before webcams were common and there was a lot of presence on the internet. You would find large media companies broadcasting using these IP network webcams. And what TrueLook did was connect those network cameras to the mass audience over the internet. And this was a big deal because TrueLook cameras were at major events like the MLB World Series, NBA Final Four, presidential elections, and at one point there were even TrueLook cameras on every single continent. And so this is all in the early days before TrueLook was TrueLook. So these cameras, basically this technology on how to interact them, it all sort of fell into my lap as kind of like a skunkworks project. And I said, I love this tech. This is very cool. It connects people on the internet to cameras. They're able to see. The term is telepresence, where you could see something where you're not there. And we saw a real need where, hey, this actually has value outside of media and entertainment. And so as the media and entertainment side of the business sort of tapered off as more and more media companies wanted to control their content, we noticed that there was a gap in the construction industry, and they had all the same needs where they wanted to bring people to their construction site, they wanted to show what's happening, and they wanted to document it. So all of this is a long way of saying TrueLook was born out of this concept of taking an IP network camera, connecting it to the internet, and then providing visibility. And we took that and we created TrueLook in 2005 and focused on the construction industry specifically. And ever since then, we've had obviously great luck and success in growing the business to become, a market leader in construction cameras.
I didn't know all about that with IP cameras. All I remember was being a teenager and having one of those egg-looking cameras that you would plug into your USB and hopefully get online. And the image quality was like really blurry around that time. Yeah,
the progress of technology has definitely been amazing. It used to be a camera plugged into a computer, wired into a dial-up modem. Obviously, the transition in camera tech, the introduction of the iPhone and this whole concept of cellular connected technology, TrueLook rode that wave to where we are today. So it's just awesome.
So on a job site, traditionally without cameras, a person is hiring a security guard, correct?
Yes, security is definitely a very in-demand aspect of TrueLook today. We offer a wide array of features in TrueLook that appeal to many within the construction ecosystem. Security is obviously a huge desire these days, obviously rising costs, theft. So TrueLook offers more than just security though. We do live video streaming, project documentation with time-lapsing, and then all the security, which is recording, alerting, and then even, like you said, a guard can be supplemented with our camera systems. An event occurs, and then we can actually work with local police agencies to dispatch to the site if there is something going on.
Yeah, it must be a great benefit too to insurance carriers and brokers in terms of mitigating risk as well.
Yes, risk and insurance are heavy players, and they're very intrigued by having cameras on site. So think if you have an accident or a theft or any other event where you need some sort of documentation, a camera can do wonders for you. Obviously, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Video is worth even more. So say you do have a theft, you can provide that video information to move your claim along faster. If there is an unfortunate incident, you have that evidence to either protect or defend whatever you need because you have that documentation there. So insurance is definitely one of the many use cases of having a TrueLook camera on your job site.
Nice. So we're talking about the word TrueLook a lot, and I know you've kind of talked about the founding story, but can you tell us a little bit about what is TrueLook, and if you were to give an elevator pitch on what TrueLook does, what would you say?
Yeah, so the elevator pitch, let's hope it's a tall building with a long elevator ride, but I alluded to it. So TrueLook, we do construction camera systems at its simplest, and those cameras provide that live video streaming, project documentation, time-lapsing, and then of course all these security aspects. And it's useful for everybody on the site and off the site, and we make it easy for you. So we want you to easily see your site, connect to your site, and provide a service that's both turnkey, simple, and easy for everyone to use.
Wow, so they can actually see their job site from their office?
Yes. So live streaming video is my favorite feature of TrueLook, actually, our most heavily used. And this is all HD video being transmitted over cellular to all our users. So basically a camera goes on site. It's fully turnkey. You just plug it in or connect it to solar, which we provide all of that for you, and you hit go. One camera then services, 10 people or 1,000 people, and you can watch that video live in real time, monitoring your job site. So say a project manager is able to monitor multiple sites at once. They're able to watch in real time a delivery, maybe direct supplies to the proper location, see something, undesirable, a safety incident about to happen. And definitely it reduces travel costs. In COVID, this was a huge boon. A lot of project managers were like, I love this. I'm stuck at home. I'm able to monitor these jobs that are still ongoing. So the live video is a heavily loved and used feature of a TrueLook system.
Nice. And I know we mentioned project managers recently, but who else in a construction office is using TrueLook?
Yeah, so the value for a PM is seeing their site live. Another great user who wants to see their site is maybe the owner or the developer. It instills transparency. You can't hide if others can see what you're doing. So you get stakeholder engagement. Others are willing to, look and work with you if there's a problem or an incident or a delay. It's all visible to everybody because they can watch it live. On the back end, if there's a dispute with a sub or you have some other issue, you can go back to the evidence collected. So it's helpful for paying subcontractors, knowing if you were billed correctly for work done, the insurance angle, which we touched upon, if there's something you do have evidence to protect yourself. And then there is the community engagement angle. Marketing teams love TrueLook cameras because on any project, you can capture content, share that content on social, you can engage the community, you can share, great time-lapse movies created from the project, and then general contractors can use that content to turn around and go ahead and, win their next bid because they have this great portfolio of projects documented by a camera.
Wow, so you can do time lapse with all this information from TrueLook and demonstrate your expertise to your next owner on what you can do for their project.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow. So most contractors that we work with care about integrations because they allow other business operations or workflows to occur. Does TrueLook integrate with any project management systems or other external systems as well?
Yes. So obviously we are a professional grade construction camera system. So we integrate with some leading construction management tools. That would be Procore, Autodesk, and Drone Deploy. And what we find is if you integrate your TrueLook camera with one of these platforms, all of your users are engaged more with your project. And that basically increases success across the board. What we find is everybody has lots of tools, platforms they have to use. You have a million logins. You're going to different places every day. But by integrating and sharing data and easily becoming viewable within these platforms where the majority of construction management work is done, it's very simple to just pull up the camera. You're filling out your PO and your acquisition form. You're also looking at the camera and seeing what's going on at the job site. So integration with some of the leading platforms results in increased adoption of both that platform and camera engagement. And it's just win-win for everybody.
Yeah, I think one of the things I've observed is that TrueLook connects the field to the office if you wanted to. So folks in the office could also monitor what's happening in the field without actually needing to be there on site, or even a construction office that is on site. They can, feel connected to the site by using Procore, and then you've got TrueLook, for example, that integrates with Procore, and they can see what's happening on the job site as well.
Yes, absolutely. We make it easy, and just being able to see, creates so much more efficiency between all the teams.